Check 1, 2. What up, everybody? Welcome to the SATS Show, your beginner-friendly guide to saving in Bitcoin. All right, we're gonna stick to the plan, bring it back to the whole point of the show, which is to stack SATS. Okay, I think I got carried away with the giveaways. Okay, and started attracting. Anyway, let's just get back to the core of the show, which is to talk about Bitcoin for like about 15 minutes, do our stack, continue to accumulate the most scarce asset there is, Bitcoin. So that's what we're gonna be doing. Okay? So welcome. Say hello in the chat if you're just tuning in. And let's get into the first segment of the show, which is, of course, the SATS strength. The SATS strength is important to highlight because it tells us over time that the price of Bitcoin is going up relative to a dollar, which means you need more weaker dollars to buy the same amount of Bitcoin. It is also important to highlight the SATS strength during the beginning of each episode because you don't need to buy a whole Bitcoin all at once to get started. Right? So if you're thinking about Bitcoin, you just heard about it, you're coming in here to check it out, guess what? You don't need to go all in with $38,232 to buy a whole Bitcoin. You could buy a fraction of a Bitcoin. And whatever value you put into that fraction of a Bitcoin is going to get shielded from inflation. So you don't need to buy the whole asset, the whole $38,232 Bitcoin. You can buy as much as you want to shield from inflation. So for example, today, at the current price of Bitcoin, for a single dollar, you can buy 2,616 Satoshis. What the heck is a Satoshi, you might be asking yourself? Well, a Satoshi is the smallest denomination of a Bitcoin. It's 0.7 zeros and a 1. That's one Satoshi, okay? It's 100 million Satoshis make up one Bitcoin, just like 100 pennies make up $1. All right, those are the basics. That's all you should need to know, okay? If you're just looking into Bitcoin, you don't have to go all in. You can get started with as little as $1. And again, $1 will buy you 2,616 Satoshis. That's a lot of SATS, okay? All right, that said, to put it a different way, easier to visualize. Let's say you're walking down the street, minding your own business. You look down, you see a penny, you pick it up, and all the day you'll have 26 Satoshis for a single penny. What a deal. When Bitcoin hits $1 million, one Satoshi will be equal to 1 penny. So that's how crazy it is. When we started doing the show, you could buy 40 Satoshis for a penny. But as the price of Bitcoin keeps going up, these numbers will come closer and closer together until they're in parity, 1 to 1. And then, soon after, break parity, where you're going to need 2 pennies to buy 1 Satoshi, and then 3 pennies to buy 1 Satoshi, and then maybe someday $1 to buy 1 Satoshi. It's crazy, right? It's crazy. All right, that is the SATS strength segment. Hope you guys enjoyed that. If you're new here, hit subscribe, say hello in the chat, and thanks for tuning in. If you have any questions at any point during this broadcast, please do leave it in the chat. And did I post this stream? I don't think I posted the stream, guys. I just got distracted. Let me see. Copy. I did post the stream. All right. Anyway, let's get into the next segment of the show, which is the why we stack. Why we stack. It's just a little quick, what we like to call orange pill, a little bit of information to help you grasp the idea of what Bitcoin is and why it's so important in your life, even though you don't realize it, right? When you work in the money system of your government, and if you're in the United States, it's the dollars. If you're in Mexico, it's the pesos, right? If you're in Spain, I think it's euros now, right? Anyway, you have like a contract with society, right? You have like a contract with that government that says, I'm going to trade my life force, my hours of life, in exchange, I'm gonna do something with my life force. I'm gonna commit to working this job for X amount of currency per hour, or X amount of currency per year if you're on a salary, right? And you have the idea, you have that contract that the money you're working for should hold its value, right? Because you're trading a most scarce asset you have, which is your time, or something that should represent that scarce asset so that you can use it to buy other things with it, right? Because you can't go get food at some place and work the meal off. I guess you could wash dishes, right? You can't go buy a car with work. You have to go work first, earn the money that represents that work, and then spend that money if you need to, right? Well, what's happening is through the process of inflation, the governments that make the money that you work for, that you exchange your life force for, they inflate the money supply, and they make the dollars that are, or the currency that you have saved up in your bank account, they make the purchasing power of that currency less, right? So, to put it in another term, another way, let's say it's going to take you 2 hours of work to buy dinner. Okay, that's expensive dinner. It's going to take you 2 hours of work to buy dinner, right? You go and you work for 2 hours, but you don't want to buy dinner today. You want to buy dinner in a week or in a month. So you take those 2 hours worth of labor you put in the form of currency, right? In the form of your earnings. And a month later, you go and try to buy that dinner, and that dinner now costs you 2 hours and 30 minutes of labor, which you don't have enough for, right? Still, it's nothing that you did wrong that caused that value of that dollar to go down, the value of the earnings to go down. It's just that the system we're in is built in. It's built into it. It's inflation. They want to tell you that their target is 2%, but even at 2%, 2% is still theft, right? That's what we say. Inflation is theft. So the core of the show, why we save in Bitcoin, is because when you save in the currency of your country or in the dollar, if you're in the United States, that currency is getting devalued. It's losing purchasing power over time, and your savings are basically being stolen from you over time. Okay, through the process of inflation. Even if it's at 2%, which is their target, it's still 2% theft, right? That means that over 30 years, they'll have half of your money, right? And if inflation is more realistic, like it is maybe 7-8%, then over the span of 5 years, you'll lose half the value of whatever your savings are, right? So it's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. So what is the solution? The solution is simple. It is to buy Bitcoin, to save in Bitcoin, right? So you save in Bitcoin, you buy your Bitcoin, buy however much value you want to set aside and shield from inflation. You buy that much Bitcoin or Satoshis if you don't want to buy whole Bitcoin. If you're not at that level yet, you just want to buy $10,000 worth of Bitcoin, get some SATS on the side. Those $10,000 worth of value, as soon as you move them into the Bitcoin system, they're shielded from inflation, right? They're not going to be losing that 7 or 8% yearly that the rest of the dollars are going to lose, because that value has been moved to a system that's shielded from inflation. So, if anything, as the rest of the dollars in the world in circulation lose purchasing power, the relative value of the 10,000 you moved into Bitcoin is going to go up. You're going to get more purchasing power, because now you're not talking about purchasing power in dollars. You're talking about purchasing power in SATS, in Satoshis, in fractions of a Bitcoin, or in Bitcoin. Okay, so that's why we stack. We stack because the more Bitcoin we're holding, the easier life will get, because when you're on the Bitcoin standard, prices are falling. When you're on the dollar standard, prices are going to continue to go up forever. Okay, all right. So that said, that is why we stack. And let's jump into the next segment of the show, which is the stack recap. Because we don't only stack sats. Sorry, we don't only talk about stacking sats. We actually stack sats here on the show every day, Monday through Friday, 12:15 Pacific Standard Time. We're stacking sats. Here we go. So let's look at our show stack before we get going. Show stack is Where am I? Browser. Our show stack, as of today, is 9.3 million Satoshis. Let's go. 9.3 million Satoshis. We started investing back in May, $5 a day, Monday through Friday. And then on some days we would do double stack if the price of Bitcoin was below our average price, our average buy price. And on episode 100 of this show, we did a $1,000 smash buy, which is pretty cool. So right here on the 7th of November, we hit episode 100. We did a $1,000 smash buy, and we ended up buying at $35.59, and we're still positive on that purchase. So that said, since then we've been buying we've upped our normal day purchase to $20 a buy. Okay, if the price of Bitcoin goes below our average buy price, we will double our buy. We'll do a double stack. But since today it's above our average buy price, we're just gonna buy $20 worth of Bitcoin and add it to our stack for the show. And let's do that right now during the It's time to stack some SATS. As you may or may not know, I like to stack with Swan. So hit us over. You can check them out over at swan.com. Let's see. Is this thing even working? I don't know if the chat is working, guys. I don't see anybody in here. Am I talking to myself? Hello? Hello, anybody home? Anyway, you can check out our Swan referral link by going to stacksatshow.com/Swan. All right, we're going to buy $20 worth of Bitcoin today. Boom. 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 Preview this buy. Take a screenshot. Like that. Slide this over. Back to the browser. Put my notes for the show. Today is episode 111. 111. That's cool. Here we go. Episode 111. 111. Here we go. All right, we're gonna cut the music, and we're gonna hit the buy button. Drum roll, please. Here we go. We're buying $20 worth of Bitcoin. It's gonna cost us 20 cents. We're gonna add it to our show stack. How many sats are we gonna get for $20 and 20 cents? Nothing? Nothing? Keep the drum roll rolling. Keep the drum roll rolling. Oh, there it goes. And being purchased. Did we stack? Did we stack? What does it say we stacked? We'll let it process through. Well, that's processing. Let's go ahead and add our our new sats to our tracking sheet. Here we go. Okay, we're now 2.3 million Satoshis. Let's see what our latest buy does to our stack. Okay, so there's 11, 28, 23. That's so funny. 38,210. We bought. $20.20. Okay, 0.000 52342. 52342. 54342. Okay. That's 52,342 Satoshis. Bam. Okay. Just like that, we added 52,342 Satoshis to our stack. And that brings us to a total amount of 2.36 million Satoshis. We're almost at 0.1 Bitcoin. So close. So close. 0.1 Bitcoin. That's a goal right now for the show. We're still going to keep stacking no matter what. No matter what. Remember, what's important when it comes to saving in SATS, saving in Bitcoin, is that your SAT count or your Bitcoin count is going up. Don't get thrown off by the fluctuations in price that Bitcoin has going up and down. That's just the reflection of the dollar's losing its value. Okay. Only number that should matter is the amount of Satoshis in your control. Right? That is how we roll, and that is how we stack. So, if you're watching, thanks for tuning in. Watching the replay, hit that like button, subscribe, share the show with your friends if you want them to get interested in or start to understand how to save in Bitcoin, how to protect themselves from inflation, save in Bitcoin, right? Yeah, how to protect themselves from inflation, how to save in Bitcoin, and yeah, that's pretty much the show for today. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for tuning in. Wait, what's going on over here? I'm trying to figure out this tune. I'm trying to figure out this jam over here. This closing out jam. Closing out jam. Where is it? 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 Oh man, I need this like on a soundboard or something. Oh, there it is. I like this watch. I like this one. All right, wrapping up the show. Thanks for tuning in. If you enjoyed the show, give it a like. If you're stacking and need help, join our Discord server. StackSats show /Discord, I think is a link. Tap in the chat real quick. Yeah, I think it's let's see what the Discord guy says. I can't remember off the top of my head. And yeah, once you start stacking sats, once you start buying Bitcoin, all you have to do is this. You have to buy the Bitcoin. Yeah, stacksatshow.com /Discord will get you on our Discord server. Don't go in there and start promoting poop coins. Bitcoin only, or you're going to get banned and ejected. All right? So, all right. I'll see you guys tomorrow for another episode of the StackSats Show. Remember to... I had something I needed to share with you guys, but maybe I'll just remember and make a note of it and tell you guys tomorrow. All right. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a good day. And remember, if you ain't stacking, you're slacking.